Hello and welcome to my GDP reflective video addressing a contemporary issue evident within the current working landscape and climate. Having extensively researched big data and the theoretical concepts and application around it as part of the Babin conference, data literacy stood out as a topic to address as part of the personal reflective piece of this module. With an ever-changing data orientation in industry, the impetus has been on progressing big data technologies. However, when looking at challenges, the recurring theme emerged out of what to do with all this data. From speaking to industry professionals who were invited to the conference and from further research, there is the view that having all this data is great, but it's only valuable if you have data analysts who can interrogate it successfully. As pointed out in the Harvard magazine by the chief editor, Jonathan Shaw, the data isn't a big deal, but it's the ability to do something with it. In attempts to enhance operational efficiency and liquidity, increasing effort has been put into data technologies to learn as much about trends and consumer habits as possible. In fact, the pioneering introduction of Tesco's club card scheme in 2006, Clive Humsby coined the phrase, "Data is the new oil. It's valuable, but if unrefined, it cannot really be used. Refining it is what is a value-add activity." Here's some issues. Attendees of the conference said it was a problem. Its adverse impacts on business performance. There's so much data but inadequate skill sets. And how can we turn these threats into the opportunities? Industry literacy. Unsurprisingly, financial and insurance industries peaked in the overall global data literacy median score. However, manufacturing and engineering industries, which I work within, were amongst the most illiterate. Nonetheless, all industries have room for improvement, as is demonstrable in the graph from the Glick survey. In fact, both industries I've worked with scored badly, with retail being one of the worst, having just a 70% average score on the Glick test. There's a technological gulf within most businesses, compounded by a skills and decision-making gap. All this underpins a real area for improvement. Simply put, if big data is the new oil, then we need more rigs and well drillers to extract the important bits of information. Utilising Mendelow's matrix, an esteemed stakeholder mapping tool, I have positioned various parties depending on their importance to effectively understanding data literacy. This is predominantly from a chief data officer standpoint, but important areas to me have been addressed in red. Key players include anyone who uses the systems for data analysis. This includes in-house employees and data-consuming suppliers, as they are most pivotal in understanding the data and what is being portrayed. Those who need to be kept satisfied include senior management and the end consumer, as well as onboarding teams so they know what skill sets are required when they are recruiting. A keep informed category would be for industry-specific software developers to meet the demands of the new industry with a new update and make sure everything is on top and portrayed and as modern as possible. This also will include investors and shareholders in this category. For me personally, my line manager and the rest of the team that I work with need to be able to understand my data that I produce, and I need to be able to present this effectively and easily so that it can be deduced straight away what is being portrayed. As well as this, other functional areas that I work with are important to me, but whether I need to keep them satisfied or informed depends on whether I need support from them or vice versa. When it comes to the issue of data literacy, there's a lot of things that have shaped my sort of thinking and reasoning behind looking at this. Through awareness of the issue, I've made endeavours to improve my data literacy as part of the LLDC module. According to the JISC model, analytical abilities are being able to interpret data facilitates enhanced digital capabilities. In my workplace, since starting my substantive role, there have been business integration courses regarding decision-making and project management centric to best employing data technologies and manipulating data to increase efficiency. Further to this, on the Madrid study tour, the importance to be data literate was communicated through the advancement into 5G networks in Vodafone Spain through discussions with the elaborate processes they have put in place. Data cleanliness also comes into this remit. Notable events in the media revolve around having clean data. This is pertinent to having non-stagnant data as well as being suitably encrypted security-wise. Within industry, more data-oriented job roles are emerging, with intention to try and handle the massive influx of data, with a lot more accreditation and diplomas available, such as APICS and the Certified Analytics Professional, and Lane 4 qualifications. This has seen modification of organisational hierarchies and structures to allow for roles such as Chief Data Officers. According to a new Vantage Partners survey, there's been a 46% increase of CDOs across all industries surveyed. However, the role needs to become more forward-thinking, with most citing the early adapters using the role correct malpractice. With greater revolution, the data-centric role should be more forward-thinking. This is the idea that you should begin to make big data smaller for it to become easier to break down. Impacts within industry. There appears to be an improvement in some data interpretation through introduction of data-oriented roles. Acceptance of the fact there is a need for enhanced data literacy breaks away from the ideology that technological development is the key. Empowering to navigate the current data ecosystems is the key to creating most value. This underpins conceptualizing data literacy in the digital age. Organizing data into categories, i.e. making big data smaller, makes data interpretation easier. Evidence of this is the fact that data has been utilized in some US state mailing systems by collating addresses based on algorithms to make them unique identifiers to devise traceable routes for deliveries of post and couriers. In summary, it is without question that data literacy is a pertinent issue within the current industry landscape, evidenced through it being on the Critical Skills List 2018. In fact, it is a core competency required as part of the organisational ability to collect, manage, evaluate and apply data in a critical manner. Whilst it is evident that there is endeavours to address this void through introduction of new job roles and greater focus, the issue is still prevalent within modern industry.